Hello there, my name is BioZVenom, and you may be wondering why I'm a dog in a bowl. Well, let's just say I stumbled into a magic themed bar in the Lower East Side of Manhattan called the Cauldron, and you know, I may have gotten a few drinks in me. I may have been tipsy with a couple of wizards and witches near me. Probably got drunk and made a bet with a witch, which probably wasn't the smartest idea at the time, but you know, it happened. And you know, I woke up like this the next day. And you think I'll be pretty upset by this, but I'm not, because you know, I'm a cute little doggo. Look at me with my ears going, oh, no, that's not my ears, but oh, that's the bowl. Yeah, that's the bowl. Yep, and here's my ears. Oh yeah, look at my ears. Look at my ears. I assure you, this isn't some kind of witness protection program. You know, I'm not hiding out up here in their winter house because that wizard is looking for me. I mean, witch, whoever is looking for me. You know, I'm not, nobody's looking for me. You know what, let's just continue to my top 10 games of the years for 2020. Number 10, Marvel's Avengers. I gotta admit, when they first announced this game, I wasn't expecting this to be a good game, and yet, well, in my opinion, it's still not a good game, but you know, it's something. You know, making a game based on their appearance, or better yet, based on the universe, it has its issues. You know, how can you cover everybody? They found a way. They found a way to break up the team and reunite everybody with Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, and you know, I didn't think I would like Kamala Khan, and you know, she has that spunk, that energy to even convince me why she's a likable character. You know, I didn't really like Kamala Khan in the comics. I thought Miss Marvel in the comics was a bad character. Miss Marvel in the game, wow, she is a fantastic character. I just couldn't believe it. But regardless, the reason why it's number 10 is because it's so repetitive. And there's barely any content after you beat the main game. They kind of lacklustered it in a way. They should have they promised DLC. The DLCs are free. They promised that, but they didn't really push it. It could be because of the COVID, of what's going on with COVID. You know, the pandemic really screwed things up for a lot of game studios, and I'll give them that slack. I'll give them that that reason why they couldn't do more with the game. They're still trying to push out DLCs, but you know, it had so much potential. It really did. Just reuniting the team, the level system, the progress, the cosmetics. Cosmetics, I wish wasn't a huge paywall, but you know, because it's Square, I'm going to give them some slack because Square can produce good games. Well, actually, that's probably debatable, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, no, it's number 10 for a reason. It could have been high. It could have scored higher, but you know, if you create a game based on teamwork and multiplayer and try to promote it as an MMO, even though it's not an MMO, but like something like closer to what Destiny 2 is, you could have done better with the loot system. You could have done a lot of things better than Destiny. I'm literally trying to find another game to play besides Destiny 2. Or I need something to beat Destiny, because I hate going back to Destiny. Number 9, The Last of Us Part 2. Now, you might be saying, wow, Last of Us Part 2 is 9 and not 10? Hey, wait, why is it even on the top 10? Last of Us Part 2 was a horrible game, and in some ways, I do agree, the story was shit. The story was fucking shit. Ellie did not get that. I don't even know why Ellie had to go through all this shit. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about spoilers, but let's just say Ellie did not have a happy ending. I don't even know why Ellie deserved this ending either. Again, the main game was based on revenge. I understand that. I understand what happens to Joel. I understand why it had to happen to Joel. But why did you make Ellie go down this path? Why should she have to suffer because of Joel's mistake? Don't get me wrong, I don't agree what should have happened to Joel, but Ellie had a fucked up storyline, and I don't know why people thought that was a good idea. Now I'm not. See, now you're wondering why this is number 9. It's number 9 because of the gameplay. I love the gameplay. Like, regardless of how I felt about the story, the gameplay was still good to me. When I was playing as Abby, holy fuck, Abby is a fucking tank. She fucking snaps people's necks off like it's crazy. I mean, the zombies. I'm not talking about human players. If she could do that to a human fucking player, oh my god, I would be like, no, you made this character unrealistic, even though she is kind of unrealistic in a way. But then again, I'm not sure what anyone would be doing in a zombie, not a zombie apocalypse, fungus apocalypse. Nothing but working out. That's something. You know, someone needs to vent all that rage about what happened to Abby's life. Damn, Abby's gameplay, oof, fucking tank. Gunplay, fucking great. That's the reason why it's number 9, honestly. Let's go to number 8. Number 8, Carrion. What can I say about Carrion? Well, if you like alien symbiotes known as, you know, Venom Carnage, and this Carrion is a parasite, you can clearly just say to me that this story is a Carnage game, that Carnage doesn't need no man, is a strong, very independent symbiote. That's what this game is about. This is a fucking Carnage game. Maximum Carnage. They need to rename it to Maximum Carnage Part 2 without any host. This game was fucking crazy. I loved every bit of it. It's basically you being a parasite. The scientists decided to fuck with something they shouldn't, like most stories, and you're just not about that life. You don't want to be tested on, so you kill everybody. You hunt them down and you strangle them or eat them to consume your biomass, and it's amazing. It's amazing how you're the horror person hunting down these scientists and eating them. Man, I can't wait for the sequel, if there is a sequel, because oh my god, I enjoyed. Hell, and listen, the name is BioZVenom, so anything symbiote related, it's gonna be on my top 10 list, and this is like definitely symbiote related. I'm in love with this game, but unfortunately, it doesn't reach number 1. But it does allude to what number 1 can be. Just saying. Number 7 is Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Now, this is a great party game with your friends. I'm glad this game came out during COVID because, you know, I needed something to play with my friends, and this was it for me. Those big, giant motherfuckers, beanie babies, well, not beanie bean men, whatever they are. The way they run, the way they wobble, the way they fall down. Oh my god, it was great playing with my friends. Hell, even Master Stampede and me did like a couple of streams, and we were just running up and down, trying to get to number 1, getting that golden crown. I wish we could do it again, but I don't know how Mash feels about Fall Guys right now. Taking a little hiatus off that multiplayer game status. But yeah, no, it's number 7 because I had tons of fun with my friends with it. Just getting that gold crown, getting upset that people keep fucking grabbing you. Oh, I've been screwed over so many gold crowns because someone decided to grab me! Motherfuckers. Anyway, enough of that rage. Let's talk about number 6. Gears Tactic. Gears Tactic, it's a strategy game, and it's based on the Gears of War series. It takes place after Judgment Day, but before the introduction of Gears of War 4. Well, the entire Gears series, because this is an origin story about somebody's, no, not somebody's mom, Kate's mom from Gears of War 4 and 5. And Dad, of how they met and how Kate became, you know, Kate. Well, I just love strategy games. It's really hard to explain it. You know, you get some of the Gears, COG warriors to be on your team. You build up your army, try to defend from being destroyed by the locusts. I had accidentally put this game on insane mode without even realizing it. So they were really tough enemies. And every time when I thought I had a good position, those locust bastards just gunned me down, and I wasn't like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this? And even then, I still made it to the end, and on a same mode, and I'm like, oh my god, it really takes a lot out of you. You could be there for like hours trying to think about what's the best strategy. It took me hours just to pass like a few missions because I wasn't sure why they were so overpowered. I thought this was the natural state of the game. Like, wow, this game is so hard, but it's so good. And I always came up with other ways to take out bosses, to take out main locust enemies, to upgrade my gear to strategize better. The character introduction, solid. I forgot his name, but Kate's dad, wow, what a trooper. But yeah, Gears of War Tactic is number 6 on my list. Now, for my top 5 games for the year of 2020, Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I'm sure you guys are like groaning, eyes rolling in the back of your eyes, head, whatever. Listen, just hear me out. Just hear me out. No, I couldn't do it. I had a joke, and that would be a fucked up joke. I'm sorry. I have a PC. That's why it's number 5. Come on. If you had a PC, the game is fine for you. If you had a console, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just I don't know why they pushed this game out to be for consoles. It should never have come out for consoles. I'm sorry that you guys wasted 60, maybe $70 for it. Hell, even more probably. I'm sorry that your consoles had to go through that whole mess. But I'm on PC. I had no hype for this game whatsoever. I didn't even know what this game was going to be about. And then the moment I bought it, played it on my PC, it was, wow, it was good. No, I'm talking about story mode. Like, I still run into glitches here and there. I get run over here and there, but, you know, story mode, holy shit. They had some great story. I'm a little disappointed about the mechanics of the game. You know, they could have done more with it, in my opinion. I think they promised more, if anything. I think they just took it out. But it's mainly top 5 because of story. I actually do love a good story, and the way they did it with Keanu Reeves' storyline, oh, that is really good, in my opinion. I feel like that's been done before. I'm pretty sure it has been done before, but you know, it's the way Keanu Reeves curses at me. I just did not expect that to be him. I didn't think he had it in him. Because the way he talks to me, he curses at me, it's like, wow, he's so smooth. I am just really hot and bothered by his performance. And I'm a dog. That's even weird in my own right, just saying this. Keanu Reeves made this game, made the story, not the game. He made the story for me. And you know, there's Jackie Wells and V and the other guys. Jackie Wells had a good impression, but well, we all know what happens to Jackie. And V being his own or her character, depending on what gender you picked, still has a great setup. You know, the narrative, the personalities, all very good. Very good actors, very good voicing. Gameplay, again, could be better. Glitches, definitely need fine-tuning it. Eventually, it will be a perfect game eventually. Well, I wouldn't even say perfect game. It will be a better game eventually. But it's just going to take time, and CD Projekt Red needs to really haul ass. Hell, even implement those features they promised. I don't know why they took it out, but... Oh, I mean, yeah, I know why they took it out. They cut time, to cut costs. But yeah. Again, it's number 5 because of story. I don't want to spoil the story for anybody, especially if those who are holding out hope for a better improvement of the game later down this year. But, oh man, I had so many missions, so many storylines. Jeez. Cyberpunk 27, number 5. Number 4 on my list is Resident Evil 3, the remake. I have never, in my entire life, played any of the original Resident Evil series. I had never played 1. Well, actually, that's a lie. I played 1. I was too scared to finish 1 because I was a kid. Never played 2. I played the remake of 2. Resident Evil 3, never played that. Never played the original. Just a good game. Oh, it was definitely good. I'm pretty sure Jill needs to go to the hospital because she got wrecked around by Nemesis a lot. Like, she should not have any ab bones whatsoever. She should have fracture everywhere. She probably is a zombie herself. I don't know. I wish Nemesis could have been a little bit better in when it comes to fighting him, because it lost its scareability for me, its horrorness. Because you knew Nemesis is going to be there. You knew he was going to be here, at this location, that location. You knew he was going to chase you around. He's a little bit different from Mr. X because Mr. X goes on patrol. You don't know where he would be. Nemesis, he's like, oh yeah, I'm here at this location. You know, what are you going to do? Just dodge me? Alright, that's it. Just dodge. But that's, I mean, it's still number 4 for a good reason. Because, you know, I like the horror aspect. I like the gunplay. I like the mechanics. You know, the puzzles. The puzzles are actually fun to do. And, oh yeah, I just realized, Resident Evil 3, the original was quite longer than the remake, so I don't know why they made this game short. I was actually disappointed it was short, but nonetheless, even though it was a short game, it still gave me my most enjoyable time. And the list is based on how enjoyable the game was for me. Next, my top 3 now. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Just like Resident Evil 3 Remake, I have never played the original Final Fantasy VII. And you're probably saying, how can you say that's a great game if you never played the original? Well, I've seen the original game. I've seen Mash play it on his streams, which is Master Stampede, by the way, on Twitch. I've seen him play it, his streams. And I gotta say, I am just not about the original RPG. I'm about this. The hack and slash movement, all that. I'm about this. Now, me and Mash, we go back and forth about how Final Fantasy VII Remake was, in my opinion, it's good. He thinks it's bad. It's not truly a remake. It's not really a remaster either. I think we both agree this is a reimagining. This is Final Fantasy VII reimagining, because it doesn't follow the original story. It does to a certain extent, but they have twists and twists all around. Some things you wouldn't expect. And regardless of those twists, I still think this is a good game. I think this is a perfect game in my opinion. They had enough combat. They had enough swordplay. Music is very tight. Very, very tight. I'm in love with everything they did right with this game. In my opinion, did right. I can't wait for the sequel. I cannot wait. I heard the sequel will be... it wouldn't be a remake. I know they said something about the sequel being its own new story. So don't expect the sequel to be anything like the original. This story was so dedicated to you feeling sympathy for the characters, and they delivered on that. Like, I really got in touch with everyone's origin story, everyone's connection to each other. I just can't wait for the sequel. I really can't wait. Sephiroth, oh my god. The boss battle of Sephiroth, oof, perfect. Let's go on to number 2. Demon Souls for the PS5. Like the other 2 games, I have never played the original Demon Souls for the PS3, I believe. So far, I'm having a great time playing this game, and it is amazing. Just like their successor, Dark Souls, Bloodborne. Oh my god. This game really puts you on an edge. And if anything about games, for me, it's usually the playability, the enjoyment I can get out of it, and if it's always keeping me on edge. And the story. The story has to be, well, this game doesn't really have that much. I mean, it does have a story, but you have to go find your story. But it does provide story enough for me to be interested about what's going on with each world I'm visiting. And the bosses are amazing. Second boss fight with the Iron Giant, oh my god, I've lost that fight so many times only to like adapt each time to realize, oh, this is what I'm doing wrong, I need to do that. The best thing you want in your games to teach your teach the player what to do without explaining what to do. I think that was the best way. Granted, I lost so many times, but the fact that I was adapting each boss fight really shows the you gotta strategize your fights. You gotta pick out what you did wrong, and it was just amazing. And I'm still playing. I didn't beat the game. I'm still playing, and I'm loving my time playing it. Now we are at number 1, which is I consider the game of the year for me. It is Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PS5. I'm not sure if people consider this a full game, or if DLC or expansion counts as a game of the year, but you know, in my book, it is, because it was literally a whole new game. And one game that I really, truly enjoy. Like, you don't understand how much I enjoy this game. Like, music. Like, okay, take the original PS4 Spider-Man. Take every music dedicated to Peter Parker, and then changing it up and catering it to Miles Morales, the new Spider-Man, and making those theme songs Miles theme song, like making it his own, like he remixed them for him. Those were the best soundtrack I have ever heard. And when they introduce you to Miles being on his own, getting a costume from Peter, that opening song, oh my god, that really made my skin like what's that? Goosebumps. Yeah, it gave me goosebumps. Oh my god, that was really great. And it's so diverse. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be so diverse. I just assumed it would be another game having Miles be Spider-Man for a bit, you know, go saving people, not really interacting with people that much. No, just doing his own thing. I didn't expect him to speak Spanish. I didn't even expect there to be a person who's deaf to speak ASL, American Sign Language, to Miles. That was something new. That was something refreshing to me. My parents are deaf and mute, and they speak ASL. I speak ASL. And to see Miles speak ASL to another person, I'm like, wow, that really hit me hard. Like, I just wasn't expecting it. I'm so happy they included it. And I'm so glad that we have a character like Miles being the new Spider-Man. Like, you guys don't understand how much this game meant to me. The fact that he was speaking Spanish... No, it doesn't matter that the fact that he spoke Spanish. The fact that he's a Puerto Rican kid, as well as an African American. The fact that he's Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. In my real human body, I'm Puerto Rican. And to see another Puerto Rican... Well, I'm pretty sure there might be other games that have Puerto Rican, but this is a first for me, seeing another Puerto Rican taking on a role like Spider-Man. Having one of my own being representative in a game like this. So diverse. Just the fact that they had someone... Like, they finally had someone to call hero to. Not that there's nothing wrong with the original Spider-Man. There's nothing wrong with Peter Parker. I can relate to Peter Parker. I can relate to his problems. I think Peter Parker, Spider-Man is still my heroes. But to have someone based on my ethnicity, on my culture, that is refreshing to me. That is what I call a good game. I mean, it is a good game to me. I don't know if any others would agree, but it really hit home to me to have someone like it, basically saying someone like me can be a hero. Someone like me can take up a mantle like Spider-Man. Someone who knows American Sign Language can provide more to the community. And again, it was refreshing to see that in a game like Spider-Man. We have come so far. You know, I still find it weird that Miles Morales has new powers, like the Venom Shock, the invisibility, and Peter has none of that. Oh man, the gameplay for this too is like so amazing. Swinging is always going to be my favorite in this. amazing, and the storyline was even good. Like, I wasn't expecting them to top the Sinister Six back in the original Spider-Man game, which Spider-Man PS4. But it was something. It was definitely something that, you know, facing off the Tinkerer, a corporation. But, you know, he shows that he can handle the responsibilities. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next in his stories. I don't know where they're planning to go down. I heard rumors that they're going to introduce Venom. I mean, they already going to introduce Venom, but if that's really true, and those are the rumors that are coming out true, that's going to be interesting to see. But I'm hyped for Spider-Man 2. I'm hyped for a second version of Spider-Man Miles Morales 2 as well, if they plan to do an expansion or DLC. Can't wait for that. But yeah, that is my game of the year, Spider-Man Miles Morales. And I am grateful to both Mash and Zero of TooStupidGamerz. Yeah, thank you, Mash and Zero, for letting me give out my opinion of Game of the Year, top 10 for 2020. It's been a weird year, 2020. I hope 2021 will be great to every one of us. It looks like it's starting out that way. I am BioZVenom. You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, BioZVenom. And this is the dog and the bull signing off. Until next time, guys.